New Year's Bible story, Joshua's New Beginning, a story of courage and faith. The sound of a gentle breeze sweeps over a vast desert plain. Joshua stands alone on a rocky hilltop, gazing out at the horizon. The land before him is vast, unknown, and filled with both promise and peril. Behind him lie years of wandering and waiting, battles fought, and promises held in suspense. The weight of responsibility presses heavily on his shoulders. Joshua is no stranger to the challenges of leadership, but this is different. Moses, the leader of their people, the one who spoke face to face with God, is gone. The mantle now rests on him. Can he lead the Israelites into the promised land? The task is overwhelming. But as the sun begins to rise, painting the skies with hope, a voice echoes in his heart. Joshua, my servant Moses is dead. Now then, you and all these people get ready to cross the Jordan River into the land I am about to give to them, to the Israelites. I will give you every place where you set your foot, as I promised Moses. Joshua bows his head, listening as God continues. Be strong and courageous, because you will lead these people to inherit the land I swore to their ancestors to give them. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. These words stir something deep within Joshua, an unshakable resolve. He knows the journey ahead will not be easy, but he also knows he does not walk alone. Joshua wastes no time. He gathers the leaders of the tribes and speaks with authority. Go through the camp and tell the people, get your provisions ready. 3 days from now we will cross the Jordan River and take possession of the land the Lord our God is giving us. The camp buzzes with excitement and nervous anticipation. Families pack their belongings, elders whisper prayers, and children ask questions about the land flowing with milk and honey. The promise feels close enough to touch, yet the unknown still looms large. On the 3rd day, the Israelites find themselves standing at the edge of the mighty Jordan River. The sound of rushing water fills the air, loud and unrelenting, as if to remind them of the impossibility of what lies ahead. The river is wide, its currents fierce, swollen from the spring rains. For many, it feels like an insurmountable obstacle, a final barrier between them and the land of promise. The people gather in silence, their hearts heavy with anticipation. Children cling to their parents, their innocent eyes filled with curiosity and awe. Elders murmur prayers under their breath, recalling the stories of how God parted the Red Sea for their ancestors. Could he do it again? At the center of the assembly, Joshua stands firm, his gaze fixed on the horizon. Though his outward demeanor exudes confidence, he silently seeks God's assurance, his heart whispering, Lord, this is your promise. Show us the way. The priests, carrying the Ark of the Covenant, the sacred symbol of God's presence, step forward. The golden ark gleams under the morning sun, a beacon of hope and divine power. The people watch in hushed reverence as the priests move closer to the riverbank, their steps steady but deliberate. Every footfall feels like an act of faith. Joshua's voice rings out strong and unwavering. Step into the river. The Lord will make a way. The priests pause for a brief moment, the weight of their task heavy upon them. They exchange glances, their faith battling against the natural fear of the unknown. Then, with a collective resolve born from trust in God, they step forward. The first priest's sandal touches the edge of the water. Time seems to stand still. For a breathless moment, nothing happens. The water continues to rush past, indifferent to their presence. But then, as if responding to the unseen command of the Creator, the current begins to slow. The river's surface ripples unnaturally, and the flow ceases. Before their very eyes, the water parts, retreating to form towering walls on either side. The riverbed emerges, dry and firm, a miraculous path carved by the hand of God. Gasps of astonishment ripple through the crowd. Mothers clutch their children tightly, shielding them from the overwhelming spectacle. Warriors grip their weapons with renewed determination, their courage bolstered by this undeniable display of divine power. Some fall to their knees, tears streaming down their faces, overwhelmed by the tangible presence of God in their midst. The priests, now standing firmly on dry ground, advance into the center of the riverbed, carrying the Ark of the Covenant. Its presence seems to hold the waters at bay, a testament to the faithfulness of the God who leads them. Behind them, the Israelites begin their crossing. Their first challenge in the Promised Land is the city of Jericho, a fortress with towering walls. Joshua seeks God's guidance. The instructions he receives are unusual. March around the city once a day for 6 days, and on the 7th day, march around it 7 times, then shout with all your might. Though the strategy seems unconventional, Joshua trusts God completely. For 6 days, the Israelites march in silence, their footsteps a testament to their faith. On the 7th day, as the sun rises, the entire nation marches around the city 7 times. At Joshua's command, they lift their voices in a triumphant shout. The walls of Jericho crumble to the ground, a powerful reminder that victory comes not by might, but by faith in God. As Joshua leads the Israelites through battle after battle, they experience both triumphs and trials. Each victory is a testament to God's faithfulness, and each setback a lesson in obedience and trust. One evening, as Joshua sits by a campfire, he reflects on the journey. He remembers the fear he felt when he first stood on that hilltop. He marvels at how far they have come, not by his own strength, but by God's unfailing presence. Joshua's story is more than a historical account. It's a message for us as we step into the new year. Like Joshua, we face new challenges, opportunities and unknowns. The year ahead may bring victories and setbacks, but we are reminded of the same truth. God's promises are sure. Just as he promised Joshua the land, he has a purpose and plan for each of us. We are not alone. God's presence goes before us, just as it did with the Israelites. Courage is the key. We may not know what lies ahead, but with God by our side, we can face it with strength and faith. As the Israelites crossed into their new beginning, so can we. The new year is a chance to embrace the unknown with courage, to trust in God's guidance and to step into his promises. What is your promised land for the new year? Where is God calling you to step out in faith? As Joshua stepped boldly into the unknown, trusting in God's promises, so can we. The new year is your chance to embrace a new beginning, to rise above fear, and to walk confidently into your promised land with faith. If this story inspired you, share it with someone who needs encouragement for their journey ahead. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more uplifting Bible stories and lessons to guide you through life's challenges. Let's step into the new year together, with courage, faith, and God's promises lighting our path.